Like, they would, like, spread the lips and stuff. But at the beginning of Penthouse, hello, you fucks. Welcome to John Solo's Beer Brigade. I'm John Solo. You are not. And welcome to the Little Lissa Gramling's Ramblin Gramling show. We have Little Lissa Gramling with us. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Yay.
Hi, Rich.
And
Hi.
this is where we go through all the weekly audio romance book releases for the week. Lissa works really hard. She gathers them from the interwebs. She gets them all together. She sometimes listens and reviews to one at the end. That's a whole... Did you? I didn't scroll down yet. You did? Sweet.
Yep.
All right. She has a bullet rating system. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, so normally we record this at 9 a.m. I didn't realize I had a doctor's appointment to take my sponsor to this morning. He's an old man, and I forgot about it. So Lissa has a habit of reminding me in the morning because I'm horrible about this. Hey, don't forget the Ramblin Gramling show. We're going to tape at 9. I was like, oh, fuck, I got this email from Pat. I got to go do this. I get on the road. There's a huge accident. He lives out in the country. If any of y'all live in the Midwest, like in the country in Ohio, there's like a half hour of driving at 55 mile an hour of just country roads. I love it. But halfway...
It's so peaceful.
It's so peaceful. But unfortunately, it wasn't peaceful this morning. There was a huge accident.
Dear.
3 or 4 fire trucks around. It was kind of icy and cold this morning. I think somebody may have hit a guardrail. I don't know. But there was a lot of fire trucks. And to work around it in Ohio, excuse me, I had to cough, you kind of make a square. Most of the time in Ohio, we don't have, especially in central Ohio, we don't have curvy roads. We have straight roads. So you make a square and get around it. I did that, come up on the next intersection where I can turn back on the road I need to be on, and there are cops blocking that one off. So I'm like, fuck. Turn around again. Go to another square. Once again, blocked off. This,
Oh my God.
I don't know what was happening. It may have been a police situation. I'm not sure. I didn't see a car wreck. I mean, I really didn't. I just kind of assumed. And this really stretched out the time. Like, the old man's supposed to be at the doctor at 9:30. It's a half-hour drive from the cabin to the doctor. And now, like, I'm not even there yet, and we're a half hour away from the appointment. I call and I leave him a message. He's old. He doesn't hear his phone half the time. I finally get to the cabin, and, like, if I get him in the Jeep, maybe we're going to make it within 10 minutes. Cool. All right? So I'm like,
Nope.
dude, we got to go. He's sitting in his bathroom smoking a cigarette because there are fans in the bathroom. He doesn't want to smell up his cabin with cigarettes, but he also doesn't want to go outside because it's cold. So he's sitting in the bathroom smoking a cigarette. I first off, knock, knock, knock. It's open. No, it's not. Trying the door. No, it's not. No, it's not. Come on in. No, it's not. Come unlock it. He finally comes out, unlocks it. That's cost 3 minutes. And I'm like, dude, there's a huge accident. We got to go now. Well, let's just cancel it. Really?
Oh my God.
So the appointment ended up, he canceled it. Now we're doing it tomorrow morning at 10:45. So I got to go back and do it again. Apparently he wasn't feeling well, which, by the way, is why he's going to the doctor. But anyways, sorry to ramble for 3 minutes. It is the Ramblin Gramling show. That was my morning. Hi. How are you?
Hi.
How's life?
It's going.
Did you have to take an old man to the doctor who didn't want to go this morning? Or
No,
no?
I do have to take somebody to the doctor next week at 10 a.m.
Yeah?
So we may have to do this on Friday.
Well, hey, that might have to happen. Please remind me of that, by the way.
I will. And that's going to happen 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. It looks like we had a ton of new releases in the last week. I scrolled through. There's quite a bit more than the week prior. So let's jump into this, and then we'll get to the most exciting part, which is where little Melissa Gramling orders something from Amazon. So, first book of the week, Mine by Riley Hart, narrated by little Nick J. Russo. Then we had
For the Love of Flowers, For the Love of, Book 1 by Kelsey Hodge, narrated by Mike Peterman.
Then we had Three Meant to Be. Okay. Branches of Past and Future, Book 1 by M.N. Bennett. That's also Minnesota Bennett. Narrated by Kurt Graves. After
Well,
that,
that's the wrong title.
is it the wrong title?
Look at what you have.
Three Meant to Be. For Flowers of Love, Kelsey Hodge.
Okay.
Did I just not flip? That could be.
There you go.
Look at that. Sorry about that. Minnesota Bennett and Kurt Graves. I didn't mean to do that to you. After that, we had Courageous Hearts, Plum Valley Cowboys, Book 5 by Emmy Sanders, narrated by Blake Lockhart. Then we had
A Shield of Fate and Ruin, Apollo Ascending, Book 3 by Nicole Bailey, narrated by Leo Goodman.
And we had A Spark of Death and Fury, Apollo Ascending, Book 4, also by Nicole Bailey, narrated by Leo Goodman. Then we had
Virgin Skin, Ink Slingers, Book 2 by K.M. Newhold, narrated by Tim Page and Liam DeCosmo.
Good to see Spider-Man still going. Then we had Unburied, Alpha's Little Psycho, Book 2 by K.A. Bauer, narrated by Chris Porter. After this, we have kind of something exciting here. A couple of our buddies have been doing something very cool. It's very innovative, very unique. I know that I've heard a lot of talk on social media about this. I've also heard a lot of talk from pretty much all of my female friends saying that this is incredible. We're going to play you a little sample here. I appreciate Nick and Michael for sending this in. I'm going to flip it over to the big screen, and let's take a listen.
Hey, everyone. This is Michael Ferriolo.
And I'm Nick J. Russo.
We are so excited to introduce you to Romantisodes, a collection of immersive, steamy romance audio short stories, brought to life with our narration and rich sound design.
Each episode is a bite-sized, standalone romance experience, perfect for when you need a quick escape into passion, love, and maybe a little bit of spice.
We've already got 4 episodes out now, with new ones dropping every Friday. And our latest release, Midnight Confessions, is one you won't want to miss.
When Danny and Ethan find themselves alone on a rooftop above the city and under the stars, they share more than just the truth. It's a story of vulnerability, longing, and a connection that might just change everything.
You can grab Midnight Confessions and all of our Romantisodes right now at romantisodes.com. Just head to our shop and start listening today.
Whether you're in the mood for sweet, angsty, or downright sinful, Romantisodes has something for every romance lover.
So, make this moment yours.
And let your imagination run wild.
This, years ago, when I was a child, I used to not subscribe, more like steal, Penthouse. I don't know if you ever heard of that publication before. There was Playboy, and Playboy had the 3. I don't know they had 3 layouts where you could see naked women. Penthouse had the same, but it was much dirtier. It was like a Penthouse, like you would see everything. Like they would like spread the lips and stuff. But at the beginning of Penthouse, they had these little stories. Sorry to talk about spreading the lips, but pussy. But at the beginning of Penthouse, they would have these stories, and it was like 3 or 4 pages of short stories of an interaction. Those actually turned me on far more than the spreading the lips kind of thing. I remember reading them when I was a child, and it were just very brief interactions. It might as well have been the pizza delivery driver showing up. This reminds me. Sorry, you're a pizza delivery driver. But it reminds me of that in a way, of the short story interactions with the erotica content. It's amazing. I love the concept of it. Plus the sound effects, the music, everything else. I think it's very cool.
Speaking of sound effects, our little dog is actually making howling noises.
Well, that happens. I meant to ask you, too, as a pizza delivery driver, have you ever had that encounter where you deliver the pizza and the man is at the door and he's like, hey, chicka, chicka, bow, wow,
No,
chicka, I got a tip for you.
no,
That hasn't,
no,
it's bound to happen.
no.
Keep on.
I've been doing it for close to 20 years. That has not happened.
Well, keep on. It's bound. I read those stories. It's gonna happen. But
It
I
hasn't happened in real life. Sorry, John.
I can't say enough about these Midnight Confessions. I think it's a very cool concept. I think it's unique. I think it's original. I haven't seen anything like it in the industry. Have you? I mean, you're a much larger consumer than me. Have you seen anything like this come out?
No, actually. I guess when I listened to the one I did last week, I think it was last week, that was like the first time I ever heard like the sound effects and the Nick moaning in my ear and kissing noises, which don't do it for me. No, don't. No, that's like nails on a chalkboard to me. It's not even sexy.
I think that they're going to learn along the way of what sound
Yeah,
effects work. And
I've already made a few opinions known to Nick.
I think that's awesome, though. And the fact is, the largest majority, what is it? The percentage of people that listen to these are not gay men. It's women that are listening to these. They need the input from people like you. Obviously, Nick and Michael are doing their best to put it together. But with the input of people like you, I can't wait to see what this comes to in 10 episodes, 15 episodes. I mean, think about how far this show has come.
Yeah.
Our show, just in
hmm
I don't know how many episodes we've done, 50, 60, 70, I don't know. Talk to the Beard was the same way. Just the experience of,
I miss that show.
I do too. Maybe someday. But the experience of putting a show together, learning how it works, learning what the crowd wants, learning what you're comfortable with, learning to follow the instincts and likes of the people that are actually putting it together. There's a lot that goes into this. I can't wait to see where it comes. It's innovative. But I have to ask you, 4 episodes deep so far. Have you listened to the 4th one yet?
No,
No?
not yet.
So 3 episodes deep. Bullet rating, do you have any sort of like, is this a 2-bullet thing, a 3-bullet thing, a 4-bullet thing, you need potassium thing? What is it?
Well, the one I did listen to last week, I think it was a 4-bullet.
That's amazing.
All because of Nick moaning.
Well, and they're short too. I
Yeah.
mean, what are they, 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
The one I listened to was 15, I think.
Nice. That's,
And then the one I want to listen to next is like 30.
oh,
So they vary.
I didn't realize that they were going that long, you could say. I didn't realize they were, yeah, that's a lot of stamina from those two. Congratulations, though, guys. I love the concept. Good job. It's so innovative. I've been waiting.
Oh, yeah.
I've done a lot of shows. I've been this is so exciting. They're putting out something completely unique, something completely different, and I applaud it. So I can't say enough about it. We'll promote it all to hell. And please, guys, when you come out with a new episode, please toss it into us. We'll promote the fuck out of it. I love the concept.
That's my
anyways,
plan. Every Friday one comes out, so I'll.
That's exciting. Next, we're going to move on here. We have Cox by Licking
No.
Thicket. Peacock's Licking Thicket, Book 5 by Lucy Lennox and May Archer, narrated by Chorizo Michael Dean. Then we had
Coach Stare Down for Puck's Sake Book 6 by Kriya
Rayton.
Okay. Narrated by Sean K. Jahan and Simon Dornay.
Then we had Cubs and Campfires, Sweet and Stocky, Book 1 by Dylan Drakes, narrated by Victor. Look, guys, if you're going to have these kinds of names, okay, because you're making it up. That's not your real name. If you're going to have these kind of names, come up with something different, all right? I'm not even going to try that one. Quicks, I don't fucking know. I mean, maybe that is your real name, and you've been going through this your whole life. If you have, I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous.
I can't even say that.
Yeah, then we had
Dawn Chaser, Summer Tide Chronicles Book 2 by Sam Burns, narrated by Darcy Stark and Zachary Johnson.
It's like they're coming up with D&D names, like if you're in a D&D campaign or a role-playing game campaign, you're coming up with your favorite name, and you've... Anyways, sorry.
Yeah.
Next, we had Salacious Park Avenue Prince. Park Avenue Prince is Book 5 by Ella Frank and Brooke Blaine, narrated by Aidan Snow himself and Perry Bishop. Then we had...
Ramble, Endgame, Villainous Things, Book 5 by C. Rochelle, narrated by Philip Alces, Nick J. Russo, Maxine Mitchell, John Solo, and Gabriel Michael.
There's a lot of narrators on this one.
Wow.
Also, little insider note, Podium has sent short stories to, I think, all of us, at least most of us, to continue in this. So we each have like a little short story we're doing from our character's perspective that's going to come out later, too. It's very cool.
Oh, cool.
Next, we had Anyone But Me, J.D. Frost, narrated by Javi Wilder and Simon Dornay. Then we had...
The Billionaire's Wish, My Billionaire, Book 3 by Robin Knight, narrated by Simon Dornay. Damn, he's a busy man.
Are rates cheaper over in France? Is that the way
I
that...
don't know.
Seriously, Simon, I don't know you. I'm sorry. I'm just having fun. Then we had The Winner Takes All, the complete collection, by L. Blakely, narrated by Teddy Hamilton, J.F. Harding, Jacob Morgan, and Joe Arden, Shane East, and James Joseph, if he was French. After that, we had...
Roughing the Kicker, Package Deal Series, Book 6 by Emerson Beckett, Rylan Richmond, and narrated by J.F. Harding and Alexander Sindis.
After that, we had The Phoenix King, Brothers of Fire, Book 2 by T.J. Nichols, narrated by Roberto Scarlato. Then we had...
Jorah, The Brunswick Chronicles 5? 4?
That'd be 4.
Okay. I'm by Michelle Natoro, narrated by Kurt Graves.
I understand. You're not Roman. Then we had Poetry on Ice, Totally Pucked, Book 1 by Jesse H. Rain, narrated by Liam DeCosmo and Spider-Man himself, Tim Page. Then we had...
NetBet, okay. Buffalo Warriors Hockey, Book 2 by Brian Taylor and Joshua Harwood, narrated by Alexander Sandis.
Every time I think of Buffalo, I just think of the sauce and I get a smell in my mind. It's Buffalo Wild. Never mind. Then we had Our Last Fall, All Witch Preparatory Academy, Book 1 by S. Bologna. Let's just say it. Narrated by Cole Michael Kurtz and a little Kevy Earlywine. S. Bolanos, I think, is probably how that goes, but it looks like bologna to me on my screen. Do you remember taking the rind off when you were younger? Like you'd make a sandwich and you'd be like, but I got to take the...
Yeah.
You never... Yeah. What kind... Did you like to heat up your sandwiches? I liked to do toast in a toaster, pull it out, put the cold bologna and some cheese on it, but press the warm toast together to make the perfect cold, hot...
No, never did that.
A child of the 80s I am. Then we had...
I am too, but I've never done that.
You never done that? Dude, it's
No.
the best. You should try it. Bologna, but you got to take the rind off. Don't forget that. And
trust me, I don't forget that.
did you ever forget that and then give the remains to your dog?
No.
Siren in the Rain by Chloe Archer, narrated by Joel Leslie. Sorry.
Okay.
They don't process the rind very well. So finally...
I always threw it away.
Yeah. What we're getting to here is perhaps the best part of the episode. This has been a long one today. I'm sorry that I was long-winded. I had a long morning. Everything is about long here. And speaking of that, I'm sure this is going to be exciting what you listened to. We have Step Brother Mine by Felicity Snow and narrated by little Nick J. Russo, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. I can't wait to hear. I'm not going to say a thing. And by the way, here, I'm going to put this up on the screen. That is an amazing amount of hair under the arms, is what I was thinking. I mean, it really is. That's an especially for somebody
I
that
wasn't paying attention to those.
kind of looks like a chick. But and not that chicks can't have hairy armpits. I'm not against that. But that's a lot of. All right. Anyways,
It's a
I'm
male.
gonna try not to stare at. All right, go ahead.
Quit staring at your armpits.
That's a lot of hair.
Okay, this was a bullet breaker.
Hey-o!
You need to get that thing back. And about two stepbrothers that end up getting together. This book is pretty much nothing but smut with a little bit of a plot.
Do they have that thing where they kiss each other's armpits?
No.
Are you into that, by the way, where they talk
No.
about they're in there?
No.
All right.
That's it. No. And not to yuck somebody's yum, but no. That and feet. No.
That and feet. I wonder if that guy has hairy feet. He has to with that kind of armpit hair.
Well, that wasn't even brought up.
Sorry.
It was mainly mostly dom sub type situation. And I read it last year. It came out last year, but me and Book Funnel didn't get along very well last year. So, and I tried this year. So, and it worked fine for me. I guess they finally fixed their little buggy things in Book Funnel. So, but it was amazing. Nick made it 10 times hotter. And I loved this first time I've read or listened to anything by Felicity Snow. And Nick's doing apparently something else of hers. I can't remember what. But this was a very good book, even though it's pure smut. But it was extremely hot.
I feel like I should jump in now and check again, but I'm going to ask something different now. Do you shave your pits? Because that's a lot of. I mean,
That's kind of a personal question, John.
thank you for putting this together. I love
You're
you.
welcome.
It's been a wonderful show. Nick and Michael, please continue to send these in. I'm going to promote the fuck out of them. It's awesome. Thank you, everybody, for listening once again. We'll be back next week for yet another episode of I'm going to ask Melissa embarrassing questions about her personal hygiene.
No.
Love y'all. See you soon.
Bye. Ta-da!